Is that thing rolling, Logie? Is that on? Where we're supposed to talk to the people? Logan's cooking breakfast this morning. We're getting ready to move spots. I feel like this hunting trip has turned into like an extended scouting trip.
You feel that way?
Kinda.
Really?
Just because we haven't like turned up what we're looking for.
Yeah, I think the majority of the elk aren't doing what we wish they were doing.
It's a bit early in the old rut situation of September. Haven't had the greatest temperatures. Been very warm. So yeah, we're just trying to figure out the puzzle pieces here. Where are the elk and what are they doing? Definitely had some encounters, some wins, but just not quite enough of them. Like, I mean, last night was just complete dead zone. We checked the trail camera. We got some cool videos and stuff, but what we've found is that around August 16th or 18th, the bulls stripped all their velvet, and then they really changed their pattern, so they're not hitting the same zones. I think it's happened in both places with the camera. So I caught them in their summer pattern, but as soon as they stripped that velvet, they're doing totally different stuff.
They were gone.
Gonzo. So now we're trying to figure out, where are they? Are they lower? We think they're maybe lower in elevation, down where maybe cows are living. We've talked to some folks that suggest cows are still in their big summer herds. They haven't been broken up yet, so it's just in that weird transitional time from summer habits to the rut. From our years of experience, the elk are trying to figure it out too, I feel like.
It's interesting to see because, I mean, we play these scenarios off in our heads, like what we've experienced on this trip, what we've experienced on hunts prior. What I'm thinking is, you got to think about the whole cycle of the year and what the elk do. Let's just move forward to winter, okay? So winter, they go to their winter grounds, and they're wintering. That's always lower elevations. Sometimes the bulls will live up higher on wind-blown ridges that they can feed on still, but for the most part, they go down in elevation. Then what happens in the spring is typically the bulls will start pulling back up into the higher elevations because they know summer's coming and it's going to get hot, and they want to be cool, so they go high into the deep, dark pockets. Whereas the cows will go wherever to calve, and that's usually in between the wintering grounds and where they're going to live in the fall. So they go to their calving grounds, and then they calve. I don't think they move far from that until the rut takes place. Cows are lower, bulls are higher. Well, what we've seen is through the stealth cams, bulls are living up high, pretty consistent on camera when they're in velvet.
Yep.
Then what we've seen is they shed their velvet and they disappear. Where do they go? So they're in their summering grounds, shed velvet. What's the next cycle that's going to take place? The rut. And where are they going to go? Down to find the cows. You always hear people say, when you go to scout in the summer, don't look for the bulls necessarily, look for the cows, because that's where the bulls are going to end up when the hunt starts.
We've literally been poring over our saved cache maps from OnX. Got a ton of waypoints saved and just trying to figure out different places to access and where we can go in and bivy. So I think we're going to eat some breakfast. We're going to break down camp again, going to move locations again, and we are going to go pack in for another couple nights.
Wherever we end up, that will be like the last 3 days of the hunt, this hunt.
And if it doesn't work out round one, I'm going to come back round two later in September and give it another go.
Hoorah. Say hoorah.
Give it another hoorah.
Like it.
Here it comes on the right side of those trees.
Yeah, watch out.
Dude, how far does the public go? Guys, we just pulled into where we're going to hike in a bivy for 3 days. Got out of the truck, heard a bull elk bugle, looked up on this hill. Big 6-point walking down the hill. What are the chances of that happening? I guess with this crew, pretty good. Well, crazier things could happen, but this was pretty crazy. We pulled into our little place we wanted to park. While we're unloading the truck, we hear a bull bugle. Casey glassed this over, and it's a super nice 6-point, all by himself. He went into this pocket of pines. It appears to have just bedded, and basically we're sneaking up this little drainage with aspens. We're gonna try to call him down to us. He's on just a little piece of state land, and we're just gonna give it a go, so we'll see what happens, but it's pretty cool that middle of the day, it's hotter than blazes, 4 p.m. There's a bull bugling. The nicest bull we've seen this whole trip right there. I don't want to jinx this, but middle of the day, like 3:30, hot. just roaming, so we gotta get up there pretty quick. He might just be headed down the canyon, but this should be fun.
Storm turned out to be kind of a doozy. Not great. The decoy has multiple purposes though. That's a plus. We got the full thunder, lightning, rain, hail. Super windy. We've been huddled in these little aspen groves probably the last 25-30 minutes. Because we decided not to bring anything, you know, no pack, no rain jacket. Because honestly, when we left the truck, it was 84 degrees and sunny. Couldn't get that bull to commit. Good reason, it's because the storm was coming. So we're gonna hang tight, see if we can let this pass and maybe get him fired back up again. Casey called in a calf to like 12 yards. The bull was super ruddy right when we saw him. There's got to be a herd close by, and I feel like with the amount of sign that we're actually sitting in right now, it's a good chance they're gonna come down through here. So that's what the plan is for right now. Gotta love Wyoming weather in the fall. Little wet, little chilly, but I think the storm has passed. We've heard that bull bugle twice now. We're gonna try it again. Wish us luck.
Is that bull not dead, dude? That arrow's like perfect.
I don't know, dude. It looked like Marge.
He was bleeding real good. I was on part of it back there. When you turn broadside, it's like perfectly placed.
Dude, I didn't even know you shot him. I just saw him run out into the meadow. And then I saw the green fletching. I was like, oh, he smoked it.
Tried so hard to get another one in him, I just couldn't get him to stop.
Back down, dude. That's a good 6 point, not a little 6 point. He's gonna work his way left. His head's down.
Really? You see him?
Yeah, I'm on him still. He stopped. He's been in the same spot.
Unbelievable, man. Like, I'll have to watch the footage, but I saw it 100 yards after he shot. He ran up, like, he got sick instantly. Dude, it looked like the best shot right behind the shoulder. Like, smoke show. Like, he's gone probably 800 yards, but they're tough animals, man. He's gonna be dead tomorrow in the morning. Man, this is the hardest part about bow hunting. I would give anything to watch an animal die in front of me after shooting him with an arrow. I feel really, really good about that shot. Like, better than, honestly, any animal I've shot in a long time. It penetrated through both sides. I mean, right behind the shoulder. But he's gone way further than I would have expected. I can't stop freaking shaking because I'm cold and I'm still amped up. That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. That bull coming over the ridge. Are you kidding me? I just hope he's laying there when we go up there. I don't know if we're gonna wait until the morning or what we're gonna do. Probably wait till the morning because it's just too risky. That was awesome, man. That's all I can say. Well, it's about 11:30 p.m. We have elected to try and recover him in the morning. It's always a tough decision of go after him at night or not. I think the right thing to do is just let him be, for him to cover that much country. And thankfully we could watch him the whole time. So we watched him go into a little patch of junipers and he just stayed there. And we're very, very hopeful that he will be in that same spot in the morning. It's super challenging and a wish on everything I had that I could have just seen him tip over. But it just doesn't ever seem to play out that way. I don't really know. The shot felt phenomenal. It looks phenomenal on the video that we took. We've explored a lot. We're camped up here, sleep through the night, and try to go get him in the morning. He potentially could be on the boundary of a private property, and I just so happen to have that individual's information, and he gave me the blessing to go, if I needed to, hop over the fence and take a peek and see if I can recover him. So very, very appreciative for that. You just never know how that's going to go. So that's where we're at, guys. Eating a tortilla. Had no food pretty much all day. Optimistic though. And man, that was some of the coolest elk footage that we've ever captured. That was one of the coolest call-in scenarios I've ever been a part of. Doesn't matter if it was my tag or someone else's. And sometimes when you work really, really hard, you get lucky. And for us to pull up, hear a bugle, 4 p.m., 84 degrees, and then actually put it all together and get an arrow in that bull is nothing but luck. And can't thank Logie and Case enough for being by my side, and I hope to bring good news to this video series tomorrow, and hopefully he'll be there sitting in that juniper pile. So thank you guys for sticking with us. But this is real. This is what we do, is show you what happens. Sometimes it's not what we hope, but it's real. And if nothing else, I hope you can relate to that, because we're just trying to show it how it is. So we'll see you guys in the morning. Appreciate you watching. Have a good night.